I'm Anna Marie, and this is Focus, and we are talking about organ donation. We're talking with Emily McKinley with Tennessee Donor Services, and now Lisa Bolt, who is an ambassador.
I'm an ambassador, so I went through training, and because I wanted to be involved here.
All right, so Lisa Bolt, welcome.
Yay, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Now, before we get into the role you are playing with Tennessee Donor Services, let's hear a little about yourself, because I think this is pretty fascinating, all the things you do, and then I want to hear more about why you got involved with this specific project.
Well, I am almost a 30-year veteran in the music business. Mm-hmm. So I work with several songwriters, and I get to kind of help their day. And I do anything from a grocery run to a Grammy party. It could be, it's kind of a little world I've created that works for me.
Yeah.
Which has enabled me to do other things. Like during the day when they're writing songs, I can maybe come see you on the radio or come interview or whatever's needed on the ambassador side, which has been really cool.
Which is good in just a little bit because it's so big it makes you lean over.
I know.
Like
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I need to start over?
No.
Okay.
It was good. So what's happened is the Tennessee General Assembly passed the bill establishing a new Donate Life Tennessee specialty license plate. So what does that mean, and what role did you have in that, Lisa?
Well, about a year ago, I met Emily at the Transplant Games in Birmingham, which is a gathering of probably 10,000 people that are recipients, donors, family members, caretakers, any kind of aspect. And it was so amazing for me to meet all of these people because our little tag said donor family, recipient. And so you kind of knew everyone's story.
Wow.
And it changed my life. It really did. Because not meeting my sister's recipients, I was able to kind of understand what it felt like to meet someone that had gotten an organ that changed their life.
Oh, wow.
So I remember hugging almost every person I met and almost crying and just, it changed my life. So I met Emily that day and she's like, "Oh, are you Lisa?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "I've heard all about you." And I was like, "Is that good or bad?" And the reason, because I had been calling another employee at TDS and just asking, why don't we have a license plate? Because I went to renew my tags and I couldn't find it.
Oh.
So my question was like, why? And every time, like, we've tried and it just hadn't happened. I was like, but why? And so we went to lunch about a year ago and she said, if you want us to help you with this, like, it's yours if you want to kind of take it on. And it's not just me. It's a whole bunch of us, family members or donors or recipients, living donors, any of us that are just so passionate about getting the word out.
Yeah.
And I want to have it on my car so people can see it and ask me, what is this for? Tell me your story.
Yeah.
So that was where it started.
And so this has come a long way.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So
yes.
Tell us your story.
So my story started in 1993 when I lost my little sister, Andrea. She died at 17 in a car wreck. And at the time, I'll be honest, I don't remember a lot of conversations about organ donation.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, it wasn't on our license back in the 90s.
Yeah, true.
So when, Emily, you spoke about it earlier, when that time came in the hospital, she had a brain injury. And they told us there was no brain activity. But she was healthy and just full of life. Her life was well lived at 17. And so they brought us in as a family and they said, we know this is a really hard time, but have you ever considered organ donation? Because I don't know if she was a donor or not, but I do know my sister's heart and I know she would have wanted to help people. Why wouldn't she?
Yeah.
And so they did the surgery. And I think the hardest part as a family member is just knowing we didn't even know when the surgery was happening back then. So, there's a little bit of,
yeah.
But then when you start understanding that all of these people, not only did their life change, they may have saw their kids or grandkids grow up, walk their daughter down the aisle. Like, you don't know the spread, the ripple that you start by being an organ donor. So it took me 28 years to understand all of this because as people that have been through grief and tragedy, I didn't understand. I was 24. And so 3 years ago, 21, almost 4 years ago, I made a phone call. I had a mother ask me that had lost her son. She goes, "What do you know about your sister's story?" And I go, "I don't know anything." And that was a little embarrassing. And so, but also I was, like I said, young and a lot of grief since then. And I called the OPO the next day in Louisiana.
The what?
OPO, which is, I'm going to say it, Organ Procurement organization.
Okay.
So they're the ones that do the surgery. That's what Tennessee Donor Services is. So this was based in Louisiana, and they're called LOPA. And I said, I need to know if you have any information from 28 years ago, because that's kind of,
Yeah.
no computers, not like we had, no social media. And she took my number, and 2 days later, I got a phone call from a family coordinator, and her name was Libby. Libby was also a mother that had lost a son. And so she began working there after her son's death. And we talked for an hour and a half, but she had found information on my sister. And she gave me 6 names, organs. You know, she saved 6 people.
Wow.
With eyesight, 2 people with her corneas. We had kidney, liver, and heart. And unfortunately, her lungs were not able because I guess of the accident. Something might have happened, or being on a ventilator.
Oh, yeah.
Could have damaged it. But she had pneumonia. We didn't even know that. She had pneumonia. So, but when Libby told me those names, I was like, and she's like, do you not understand? She was a hero. And I had never really understood it from that. I only remembered what I lost and
Yes.
what my family lost,
Yes.
not the gain. And so that's where I was like, wow, this is incredible. And I was like, I wonder where those people are today, because this had been almost 30 years and they were in their 50s. So you just don't know.
Yeah.
And there was no social media back then. I don't even know their last names, but that was enough for me to have a little bit of not even closure, but understanding.
Yeah.
And that's where this kind of opened this whole thing that Emily mentioned. I wrote a book, and I'm not a writer. I work in the music business, but I knew basically God told me to tell her story. And the words came. I wrote it from her perspective, which was extremely hard because I had to put myself in her life, but I also had to put myself through her death.
Oh, wow.
And as an older sister, not really, I don't think I'd processed it back then. I was more concerned of my parents, making sure they were good, and everyone else. And so there were some really sad days of like actually writing out her death and just feeling it, but it also helped me go through the process.
Whoa.
There was a lot of healing during that. And so, but I also, when I got to think of the other people, I'm like, I think I'm going to make this guy just kind of a jerk, and then he's going to be nice because he has a change of heart. And because he got her heart.
Yes.
You know, so, and I only had one female technically, but I made one of the cornea recipients a female too, because I didn't know their names. It just really helped me, and it's helped so many other people. When they read it, they go, oh my gosh, this helps me understand organ donation a lot better.
But this is fiction.
It's fiction based on a true story.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yes.
So my sister's part is 98% because I can't remember a lot of details because of just grief. Or I'd text her friends. I'm like, what was y'all's favorite songs? Would you listen to? Tell me some things. So a lot of her friends helped me with some stories of how she met her friends. And then my brother, who's 7 years older, was not a lot of help. He's like, I don't remember anything. And it's hard when your parents are gone, because I had to kind of depend on other people to help me.
Yeah.
So I pieced in what I remembered, my version of our story.
Yeah.
So it is true. All of it's true. But the recipients are not true. That's all made up. But I was able to incorporate current people in my life if the name made sense, because you can't have a name from the 90s. You can't have a current name like Mackenzie or something. That wasn't a 90s name. But if it was someone in my life, like the mother of the son, her name is Jamie. So I was able to make her a child's name I just kind of added people that were currently in
the
my
mother
life.
of what son?
The one that asked me the story back currently.
Oh, yes, yes.
Her name is Jamie.
Okay.
And her son was William. So I was able to tie in both of those names somewhere in the new stories.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of my current friends are in the story that didn't know me back then. It was just a way to bring in people currently.
Yeah.
If it made sense.
So if you're just joining us, I'm Anna Marie, and this is Focus, and we are talking about organ donation. We're talking with Emily McKinley with Tennessee Donor Services, and now Lisa Bolt, who is an ambassador.
I'm an ambassador. So I went through training, and because I wanted to be involved here, because I live in Tennessee. I've been here 34 years.
Yeah.
So I am an ambassador with Tennessee Donor Services and Donate Life Tennessee. And what we do as ambassadors is tell our stories, because that's a way to, you have the statistics part with Emily, but we also, there's stories connected to each one of us ambassadors.
Yeah.
It could be a mother that lost a son. It could be a living donor. We have people that have given kidneys as their, given a kidney to someone. So we all have our own stories. And I've actually, in the last 6-7 months, I've gone into high schools, and we go in and talk to the kids in school and explain, I tell Andrea's story because that was their age. I mean, she was 17 when she passed. So I'm an advocate for a donor family, but also on the recipient side to understand when I get to meet recipients, I just want to hug them and just say, oh my God, it's so great to meet you.
Yeah. And
So
that you're here because of someone else's generosity.
Absolutely.
Somebody loved you that much, didn't even know you and loved you that much.
Yes, absolutely. It's a beautiful thing.
When you said you wrote from Andrea,
Yes,
your
ma'am.
sister's viewpoint, and about her life, and then about her death. Like, how would you do that? Like, I'm getting in the car
my dad had saved the police report. So my parents have been both gone, one 8 years and one 13 or something like that. So, but I had some of their stuff, and I have a 7-page police report.
Whoa.
And so I had to kind of go page by page of like how the cop had, the police officer had written it out. And it was hard. It was awful. But 2 of the girls that were in the wreck were still living. So I kind of was like, tell me what happened the 6 hours before. Like, I need y'all to fill me in because our family never knew some of the story.
Yeah.
So I just took what they had given me, but I just went through the police report, and it's very specific of how the wreck happened and how the car ended up hitting a tree. And so that's how I wrote it.
What were they doing? She's 17, and were a couple of friends of hers in the car?
Yes, there was 5 of them in the car. So it was, there was no Life 360. There was no cell phones. I mean, so they had called in. My mom was actually here with me in Tennessee when it happened, which was a whole nother hard thing because she was 8 hours away. They had called in to checked in that they were home.
Yeah.
And it was a bachelorette weekend, and they went back out about midnight, and the wreck happened at 6 a.m. in the morning. So they had been up all night, and the driver fell asleep. Everyone was asleep and then he was driving, and he literally 1 mile from where they were going, and he fell asleep at the wheel and hit a tree.
Did everybody other than your sisters?
2 fatalities. So my sister and the boy that took probably the brunt of the hit to her left, and the rest walked away. So it was one of those, like, yeah.
They have to still be having a hard time dealing with that.
I think so. They one of the girls, after she told me the story of what she's like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I was like, okay. I respected that.
Yeah.
Because I opened up something that she probably hasn't thought about. The driver, I didn't know him, but he passed away a few years ago. He fell downstairs, which was kind of like kind of random. But so 2 of them are still alive. But yeah.
So from her voice,
Yes, ma'am.
what did you say? Give me an idea. Like, we're having so much fun, and then
We're having fun, and then I talk because I don't know exactly what happened, so I had to kind of in my head.
yes.
I was like, well, we were all asleep, and then I heard a crash,
Oh.
and then everything went dark. Because if you read the police report, she was still alive,
Yeah.
but her breathing was off. So between what the girl was on the site, I kind of just pieced those together about how she was holding my sister, and she was her breathing was laboring, I think is how they said it in the police report. So I had to just kind of, and then I wrote it as she saw herself, because every movie you've seen, she watched everyone working. So she was watching everything from her point of view, hovering, and how they worked on her. And then I kind of just, I would go, okay, if this were a movie, how would it play out? And so I have her, watching everyone crying over her. And so she's still there, but she's also in spirit, kind of watching. And then where the beautiful part came is she introduces each recipient. And she's like, when I met Samuel, he was getting my heart. And she tells their story.
Whoa.
Which is kind of, I get chills kind of.
Yeah.
And they're not even real, which is kind of crazy because a lot of people are like, oh my God. And they thought they were real. I'm like, no, I made those up. But she introduces and also talks about in the surgery room about how the staff prayed over her before and read, because I've heard different versions of like they'll read a letter about the donor. And it's a very beautiful thing. And then they also, they put her back, got her ready for her funeral. And no one even knew because you couldn't see anything.
Right.
You don't know. You don't know that someone's been a donor. So she tells all of that from her version.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was a sweet, sad. I had some moments, but it was such a thing I needed to do. I didn't know I needed to do it.
And what is the name of the book?
17 Again. And so I always had that, like, did they feel 17 when they got their heart, or did they?
Oh.
So I wrote it 17 again, instead of my tagline is a story of life after life and not after death. I didn't want to say after death. Another life after her life is the way I wanted it to perceive, because their life kept living because of her life.
Yeah.
And that title came in a dream, that tagline came in a dream, and the cover. I don't remember many dreams, but I remember those three.
Wow.
So the cover is actually we scanned her actual photo, and it's her silhouette. And so she's putting her foot in the water and starting the ripple. So my motto in this book has been start the ripple, because the medallion that Lopa sent me had her name, a heart, and a ripple. And it said, one selfless act creates endless ripples.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why not be the beginning of a ripple? And that's what an organ donor does because it goes out this way, it's spread out. It's not just one dimensional.
Yeah.
And so that's been my, I have a tattoo of that. I have stickers now. So it's kind of just become my license plate now, before I get my Donate Life one, says STRTRPL, start the ripple.
Oh, nice.
So it's a conversation piece. I'm not going to say what other people ask me it says. It's been funny. I've been asked random things. Like, no, it's not that.
I'm not going to try and figure
No,
that out.
it's
I might
fine.
come up with something. So we're talking with Lisa Bolt, whose sister was an organ donor. When she passed away, her organs and tissue helped 6 people.
6 organs, up to 50 back in the 90s. So they were able to take her femur bone. They were able to tissue. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there was probably up to 50 to 75 back then.
After you wrote the book, 17 Again, and what was the tagline for it?
A story of life after life.
Life after life. Did it make you start living your life differently?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
In what way?
Well, obviously we can't take any day for granted, And when we wake up, and one thing I don't talk about much, I didn't realize I had not talked about my sister a lot.
Oh.
Like, I don't know if people even knew I had a sister that died. And that's interesting, because I didn't even realize it but I looked around my house. I'm like, I don't have any pictures of her up. It was interesting. Grief is something that you never know. So it's almost like I dusted off this box that needed to be opened.
Yeah.
And when it came open, it was open, and I couldn't close it back. So that's where it's like, okay, I'm going through this. We're doing it. I kind of got chills again.
Yeah.
It was such a process for me health wise. I got very healthy through this journey as well.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I didn't mean to. I was already I'd already stopped drinking, and I was just trying to be. I was in my mid 50s, and I lost 70 pounds through this journey, which was crazy. And I always think that was grief I was carrying.
Whoa.
I got chills again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just, grief can be heavy. And I don't know if there's a connection, but it was the same time frame I was writing my book. That things were just I felt like it was just falling off of things I've been carrying that really wasn't mine to carry anymore.
Literal weight.
I think so. That's my interpretation of it.
What have people told you about, after they've read the book, that how it affected them?
Well, they have a different understanding about organ donation, because there's a lot of myths around it. So I think it helped them, because even the last page I have, did you know? And I had 17 facts. Everything is 17. There's 17 chapters, 17 facts at the end. And they're like, wow, you've really made me see it differently. And I think by showing that it can change, and it's not scientific, but I've heard many stories of recipients going, I never liked this, but after my transplant, I started liking broccoli. And then the donor family go, that was their favorite. There's story after story. It's not scientific, but there's stories.
Yeah.
And so I incorporated that. I just wanted to show people, like, it's not just an organ. You are getting a piece of a person, and you're going to carry their they're carrying their legacy, because they're never going to forget that person.
Yeah.
They're always going to know. They may not know their first name, but they may know that a young woman saved their life. And I wrote in the book that one of the recipient families prayed over that person every day, that family, because of the life that they gave their parent, you know? So it's so much more than just an organ. It's such a life-changing experience. And like, I met one of my good friends now, he got the book as a gift. So his friend gave it to him because he had received a liver. And he's like, I got to talk to her. His liver date that he got his liver is my sister's anniversary of her death. It was 30 years later he got a liver. Whoa. Same date. And he goes, we have to know each other. And, he's like, oh my God, I'm reading this. And he's crying through it. it's just a lot of healing. I think a lot of people, especially her friends, didn't realize that they needed to read this story. Yeah.
And so now you're trying to raise awareness for Tennessee Donor Services and Donate Life by kind of being the mouthpiece any place you can.
Yeah.
I mean, the ambassador. That's what I meant to say.
Ambassador. That sounds. I'm a mouthpiece too.
So what do you tell kids when you talk to them at schools?
Well, I talk to them. I don't underestimate that they, because I just talk to them like you and I are talking, and I tell them the truth. And I basically say, when you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, there could be circumstances.
Yeah.
And that's true with all of us, and they were not supposed to be out that night. But I'm just telling them the truth about, how you could change someone's life and not, being healthy. And I've noticed the younger generation, they're like, why not? They're very open to it.
Good.
They really are. And I just tell them Andrea's story. I said, I'm not here to change whatever thought. I'm here to just tell my little sister's story of how she changed other people's lives and how it's changed my life. Because I hope whoever gets this skin, they get to all this investment on my arms that I've done.
Oh, your tattoos?
Yeah. I'm like, I hope they take my tats. But, and most people don't understand the skin, like the tissue part is now it's over 100 people you could save with one. It's amazing.
And what do you mean, like the tissue, like for the burn victims and things like that?
Breast, like mammogram, because my mom was a breast cancer. She had a double mastectomy, and I don't know if they did that back then. But I mean, now that they can do that, and there's birth tissue. I mean, there's things that they can. We're recyclable. Just about all of it. Everything.
I love that.
It's true.
We're recyclable.
I think so.
Emily, is that fantastic? I looked over at
take what you need.
Emily McKinley with Tennessee Donor Services, and her eyes got big too, just like mine. It's like, we're recyclable. I might have to put that on my car.
Hey. Well, I mean, it's like if we can help someone, we're not here anymore. Why wouldn't you want to? And that's kind of what when people tell me, oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, why wouldn't you?
Right.
And then I ask another question. I'm like, okay, what if it was reversed and you needed an organ? How would you think? How would you feel? And that's just a question to make people think.
True.
Because when you're on a list, unfortunately your days it's a short list, you're not on the list you're there for a reason because you need it.
Yeah.
It's not. And we just have one of our ambassadors actually just got a heart and he's doing well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, we watched his whole journey on Facebook and, but why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
We're all scared of death. I am. I'm terrified of it. But to help someone at a time of need, why wouldn't you?
And I think that would give me peace ahead of time.
100%.
To know, because I've signed up to be an organ donor, and my husband too. It's like, take whatever possible you can use.
Just don't brush my hair. That's the only thing.
Because it'll get frizzy?
Yes, they did that to my little sister. And I wrote about it in the book. They combed through her hair because she had the curls. And I was literally, I'm not joking, I was in the casket with hairspray and mousse. A water bottle. I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, just don't comb my hair. Seriously.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we get Emily back up here to wrap up? I'm
just grateful that I get to tell her story, and I do say her name every day. It has been a healing thing for me to just knowing my sister. She loves this. She is loving this. Loves it. Loves that she's the center of my world and that I talk about her. And it just makes me feel, I kind of hate that I missed all those years of not talking about her, but I get to, every day it comes up. And it's not about the book. It's about telling a story.
Were you guys close?
We were 7 years apart. So, I was a teenager and
Close-ish.
she drove me crazy.
See, that's what I was wondering.
Yes. And that's what, when I write about it, I'm like, oh my God, she'd get in my closet because we shared a room. But when I moved away to come to Tennessee, my mom was like, do you know, like, you're her favorite person? And I'm like, what? I thought she just, it's just a sister thing. But a true gift, the summer before she died, she came and spent 3 weeks with me because they were supposed to be moving here. She was going to be living here and she didn't want to. And it's just crazy. The wreck happened 2 weeks before they were supposed to move.
Oh my gosh.
So her room was already packed. We didn't have to do a lot of the stuff that you would normally do because it was already packed up. So, but I had those 3 weeks and we had fun. We were not sisters. We were friends. We were having fun. And I just think that was such a gift.
Absolutely.
That was a God-given gift to me because I have pictures from it and it just, it was great.
A lot of people don't get to know their siblings as adults and as friends.
Yeah. And that's what we got.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3 weeks, and I'll take it all day long.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any final words? Any final thoughts that you want to give somebody as ambassador, or just as a sister, or as someone who's written a book about a family member who has been an organ donor?
I would just say follow your heart wherever it, because like I said earlier, I'm not an author, but now I am an author.
Right.
I always go, I'm not an author. I'm like, oh yeah, I am, because I have a book.
Oh, I have a book.
But I'm also an ambassador, and I'm also, just follow your heart, whatever God leads you to. That's where I just say yes to everything almost, because it feels right.
And because why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Lisa Bolt,
Thank you
for
so
joining
much.
us. We're going to put some information about her book and more about how to get in touch with her as well and find more about her story. Now, Emily, you want to get back up here and wrap us up? We're talking about organ donation. We're talking about Tennessee Donor Services. Emily McKinley is the Director of External Affairs and Business Development. And the big news, first of all, was that the Tennessee Donor license plate is in the works.
Absolutely. So we now have the opportunity to purchase a Donate Life Tennessee license plate, which is so exciting. And again, was inspired by this wonderful story that Lisa has told, and stories of other donor family members and recipients who want to be able to spread that word that organ donors and tissue donors save lives.
Yeah.
And they want that roving billboard to be out there on their commutes. They want to be able to speak their loved ones' names and tell their stories, tell their donor heroes' stories, whether they're the recipient or the family member. And so right now we're in that push to get these license plates sold. We have to sell 1,000 of them in order for them to go into production. And so that anyone can pick it up at their county clerk's office, when they renew their car tags in future years. So definitely want to encourage anyone who supports organ donation, go to donatelifetnplate.org and grab your Donate Life Tennessee license plate.
Okay, we'll probably go to Donate Life TN to start with and link from there.
Yeah,
because that's easier to remember.
Yes.
For me anyway, because we have 2 car tags that are coming due, like one in August and one I think later in the year. So I think that's something that we'll be able to do very, very soon.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Because we're a believer as well, and we appreciate people like you, Emily, coming to remind us that we need to have the conversation. We need to start the conversation, and if your car tag is a way to do it, that's beautiful.
That's exactly right. Have the conversation, have it wherever is comfortable, but certainly, take the opportunity, talk to your family about what your decision and your wishes are. And if you feel comfortable, go and register as a donor at donatelifetn.org. Just want to encourage everyone, please, again, tell your story, share your wishes, and consider the impact, consider the ripple that you can begin by being an organ and tissue donor.
And be like Lisa.
Be like Lisa.
Thank you, Emily. Emily McKinley, Director of External Affairs and Business Development with Tennessee Donor Services, and Lisa Bolt, author and donor hero family member. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll put more links on our Focus Facebook page. Please make sure you join us again next week. I'm Anna Marie. That's Focus.